how we can be a fantastic team together, and I look forward to spending the rest of my life with you. Matt, thank you for being my best man. For those of you who don't know, I think most of you have got it now. I've gone around and introduced you. If you didn't know him, he's my brother.
Oh, really?
Good news on making sure the rings didn't fall down the grate after all the panicking. There's some holes in the floor of the church. The vicar kept making him all worried about that. And now, to pass over to him. He's known me for all the years of his life. And I'm a little bit scared as to what embarrassing stories, photos, or whatever else he might pull out on me. So,
how do you know about photos?
Well, I've seen something on the floor there.
Well, that saves. Thank you. That saves my own introductions. I'm Matt.
Shut up.
Sit down. Shut up. Sit. Okay. I'd like to start. As you all know, Adam is my older brother, and I'd just like to say it is true when artists say that they make a rough drawing before they create the final masterpiece. I had to. When Adam asked me to be his best man, I naturally had many questions. What had I done to be bestowed with such an honour? Had all of his friends left the country? And more importantly than all of these, could I myself refuse and still get an invitation to consume loads of free alcohol? It was a risk I was unwilling to take. Okay, I'll move on to some thank yous. Firstly, I'd like to direct your attention towards the bridesmaids, who looked absolutely gorgeous today. Yep. I'm sure you'd all agree with me when I make that statement. Yeah. I'd also like to thank the ushers and the page boys who did a fantastic job, making sure everybody managed to get seated before, let's just say, the vicar got a little bit irate. So again, let's have a round of applause please for them. And a big thank you must go out to Team Joe for the lovely food that we've eaten here today. It's been sort of blood, sweat and tears getting it all prepared and to the standard of which it's been prepared. And I'd like a big round of applause for Team Joe. And lastly, I'd like to thank all the friends and family of the bride and the groom for all their hard work ensuring today firstly happened, and happened as smoothly as it has done today. And you all know who you are, and I'd like to thank you on behalf of myself and again from Adam. And again, round of applause please. Okay, I wanted to do the job justice, so I decided a bit of research was needed, so I naturally turned to the internet. I won't tell you everything I did on the internet, but most of it was directed towards my best man speech. I set out to search for the information, for the responsibilities and some hints and tips for the big day. My research obviously told me that my speech should involve some humorous stories at Adam's expense. Character assassination, basically, isn't it? Let's just be frank. So I'd like to ask everybody this question. What does Leanna see in Adam? I can hear all the cogs going in people's minds now. Okay, could it be...
Just a blank stare.
Could it be his laid-back nature? Well, some time ago, back in Adam and our college days, we both worked at a local McDonald's restaurant to get us through our college years, to give us some drinking money and some spending money. Adam had been driving for roughly about 2 years, I've been driving for about a year. If, and that was a big if, Adam would let me drive, everything I did was analysed, commented on, and I was inevitably always told how Adam could just do so much better. The best example of this was on our way home from work one evening, having
I know this one.
having worked a late shift, and for a reason that escapes me, I was allowed to drive. We were in a rush to get home, so I was driving, let's just say, rather quickly. And as we got close to home, I turned the corner a little bit too fast and sort of lost the back end of the car. And at this point, all I could hear were the high-pitched screams of a little girl somewhere within the car. And as you can imagine, this took me by surprise. I'm sure it was only 2 young adults who were in the motor. Adam jumped out the car once I stopped it in the middle of the road, screamed, "I'm never going to drive with you ever again," and I'm walking home. Bearing in mind it's about a mile to walk at 1 o'clock in the morning, so he was never going to do that, was he really? I turned the car around, Adam promptly got back in, still with a bit of a strap on, drove him home, where he then briefed the parents and said that I am such a bad driver, I nearly killed him, and that he would never have done such a thing. So I would guess it's probably not his laid-back nature. I'll ask you this question. Is it his fine dress sense?
Today
he's made an effort. He didn't dress himself. But all I'm going to do is hold up a picture, and all I'll say is the guys from the Stag Do will know what I'm talking about. It's rather amusing, shall we say. And I'll hold it up just for you all to make your own judgment.
Yeah.
Oh, I look fine. I look fine on this day. Wasn't this one in here?
It was, yes. It stood right there, probably. And I'll pass that around so we can have a closer ridicule.
I want a copy. I'm going to blow it up.
Okay.
A1.
Okay, so it's obviously not his laid-back nature that Leanna sees in Adam, and it's not his fine dress sense. I guess it remains one of life's great mysteries. Like, what was the greatest thing before sliced bread? And why do women go to the toilet in pairs? Who knows? Okay, on a more serious note, I am a very proud brother to be given the honour of being your best man. Adam and I have been through and experienced a hell of a lot together. Too much to bore you with all today. But there are 3 things we have always done well together. 1, fighting over who drives. 2, drinking together. And 3, always being there for each other. Adam has always been the rock of an older brother that I've tried to emulate and tried to follow the high standards he sets for himself in both his professional and his personal life. In all my times of need, he's always stepped up, whether it be for help, advice or support, and I'll thank you for that today. Although our lives and careers have led us in different paths, the distance between us means nothing, as our strength of our brotherly bond has climbed mountains, sailed seas, and has conquered all whenever called upon. Whether it's Adam's dedication to his job, loyalty to his friends, affection for his family, or love for his beautiful bride, he's never let me, himself, or anyone else down, and I'm proud to call you my brother. Nobody else could possibly stand where I am right now and feel more proud and honoured than me to be able to represent Adam on this, the most important day of his life. Adam deserves nothing but the best, and I know you have the best and more in Leanna. At this point, I would just like Leanna to come forward, and Adam to place his hand on top of Leanna's, if I may. Thank you, and just keep it there for now. Adam, you are a lucky man. You will leave here today having gained a beautiful wife that is warm, loving, caring, and most importantly, able to get him out of that damn cow outfit. Leanna, you look absolutely stunning today. Since you've entered Adam's life, he's been the happiest I've ever known him. Webster's dictionary defines a union as an agreement and conjunction of mind, spirit, will, and affections, and this couldn't be more true of Adam and Leanna. Adam, you have a wife who is funny, who radiates beauty wherever she goes, and who deserves a good husband. So thank God you married her before she found one. Now finally, some advice if I may. Adam, firstly remember to set the ground rules and establish who is the boss, and then do everything Leanna says. Leanna, your husband is like a tiled floor. Lay it right the first time and you can spend years walking all over it. Now in case any of you were wondering why I asked Adam to place his hand on top of Leanna's, I'll tell you now. As my final role as best man, it is a great pleasure that I've been able to give Adam, for the last 5 minutes or so, the upper hand on Leanna. It will almost certainly be the last time. On behalf of the entire wedding party, I'd like to thank you all for coming to share in this fabulous occasion. When I think of Adam and Leanna's marriage, I think of a union between intelligent minds, resolute spirits, and true love. Here's to love, laughter, and happily ever after. As Adam and Leanna start their new life, please stand and toast the new husband and wife.
Yeah.
To the new Mr. and Mrs. Soph.